Well, hey everybody, this is Chris DeFurio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. Today's episode is brought to you by La Marzocco. They've been making espresso machines by hand in Florence since 1927. La Marzocco is a household name in espresso machines and is at the heart of some of the world's best coffee bars. They are at the top of dependability and innovation worldwide. A great example is their latest KB90 machine, which has the straight-in locking portafilters for ergonomics, built-in scales for accuracy, and also auto flush for improved cleanliness and flow. There are many machines like this whose design is based around the feedback that they get from the coffee community because they exist to serve coffee retailers like you. Now, La Marzocco is available to help you get the right machine for your coffee bar. All you need to do is reach out to one of their salespeople by emailing info@lamarzoccoUSA.com. Today's episode is also brought to you by Espressly. Mobile ordering is here to stay. Your customers expect it. And what they might find unexpected, though, is the level of excellence that a handcrafted and branded mobile app brings to the experience of mobile ordering. This is what Espressly does for independent coffee shop owners like yourself who want to offer your customers convenience, but also give them your unique experience in the process. There's no setup or development fees. You get a drive-through payment scanner, receipt and label printing capabilities. All of the data is stored in the app, and it also integrates with Square. There's so much to love about Espressly, and it is the kind of thing that I think you really should look into for your cafe. To find out more information, go to espressly.co. That's espressly.co. Okay, everyone. Well, today I wanted to talk about an approach to upselling that I think is the best approach. And it's not maybe what you would consider typical in terms of upselling, because oftentimes what I see happen is upselling is just telling your employees to ask customers a prefabricated set of questions after every comment, wedged into the transaction, just to make sure that they don't want an extra pastry or they don't want whatever it is you're selling on the side there, a granola bar or whatever. And it feels fake. It feels like, slimy in some ways. Like, they're not actually really trying to get you to buy a pastry because they think you need a pastry. What it feels like is ringing you for as much money as possible. I almost reflexively say no whenever I know that somebody is asking me a question that has been told to them to ask me, like, do you want to sign up for our rewards club or things like that. It just feels like more work. It feels like just not genuine. And I think if you're an independent coffee shop, you have the ability to be more personal, to be more personable, and to do something a little bit different with upselling. And I think the key to upselling is not that you get people to ask reflexive questions after every transaction. It's more about getting people on board with what you have to offer and how it benefits the customers before they even get in front of customers. And I don't see a lot of that happening. Like, we always talk about the why behind the what when it comes to big things like vision and like, we're here to, change the world through these, methods and means. And we don't trickle that vision down, the why down into the day to day. And if you want people to sell more pastries, you gotta be really excited and have people who are excited about the pastries. And that doesn't happen just by grabbing a pastry and jumping up and down and hollering like an idiot. That might draw a lot of attention, but I'm not going to buy the pastry because you probably put something weird in there. How it happens is you have to have a genuine interest in what that pastry means for your business. And passing that passion on to other people will make it easier for your customers to be passionate about it as well. So when it comes time to upsell at the register, instead of having your staff just say certain words to customers and treat them just like robots and be robotic about it, you're going to have staff who read the situation. And sometimes they won't ask if they want a pastry or they want anything else. Hospitality is not about treating everybody the exact same. It's about engaging with the person in front of you in the moment sort of way and wanting to actually serve their needs with the tools at your disposal. In some cases, the tools at your disposal are going to be the things that you want to upsell to the customer. And they might not be aware of it, but they need a muffin. They do. And they want something to eat, and you're there to help them make a selection of something to eat. Or they look like they're not committed to just one thing. They're more open to like, oh, what do you have? Or, I'm not quite sure. And in those moments, it's perfect for upselling. It's perfect for adding something to the sale where maybe they came in, they just wanted a latte, but really they're looking for something else. And you can tell just by the way their head's moving, where their eyes are going, that they're interested in something in the case. Now, if you are checked out as a barista, first of all, that's a training issue. That's a hiring issue and a training issue. It's a culture issue that needs to be addressed. And so if you're checked out as a barista, you're not going to recognize that the customer is open to suggestion at this point. In fact, if you're checked out as a barista, you're not going to even care that they express explicit interest in what's new or good or more. You're going to really lowball them. And not just financially. I'm not really talking about upselling as in, let's try to get more money from the customer. I'm talking about if they're open to more, then let's show them what more looks like that's right for them. That will inevitably cause them to spend more money. That's, in fact, why they are there. It's not wrong to get people to buy more, as long as what they're buying is absolutely the right thing for them. If I force somebody to try a drink because I really want to upsell a syrup ad or an extra shot or whipped cream or a muffin or whatever, so let's say I know that this person really is just not going to like it, but at least I got the upsell, well, then it's not going to really work out long term. That person's not going to enjoy their drink. They're just going to walk away feeling like they got harangued into a purchase that doesn't really mesh with what they wanted. And so you win temporarily, but you lose long term. And when you put your baristas in a position of having to upsell automatically, regardless of who's in front of them, then basically you're teaching them to ignore the customer and only focus on what you want them to do. And I've seen it time and time again. You just get checked out staff. You get customers who really don't expect any kind of genuine service from the staff because it's obvious the staff are just fearful that they're not going to make the right steps that their manager or the owner want them to. And it's almost like they're not allowed to make that call on the customer's behalf because it was a cheaper item. And, I really want you guys to sell this thing. Well, maybe your customers don't like it. You really want your staff to try to force your customers to eat things they don't like as if they're toddlers at your kitchen table? I don't think so. So upselling, not something that you want done robotically. You have to match it with hospitality. Love what Danny Meyer says in the book, Setting the Table. Hospitality is not done to somebody. It's done for them. So matching people with what they really want, looking for the opportunity to introduce them to more, naturally gives them options for how to spend more money in your business. When you're excited about it, when you're engaged and you're there for them and your staff have the tools to select the right things for the customer, you're going to start making more sales. Your average ticket's going to go up. But if you have disconnected, mindless, and dehumanizing upselling as sort of the norm in your shop, you're going to find that what you gain in the short term loses you more in the long term. So I hope that today's episode was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you here next week on another edition of Shift Break, From Keys to the Shop.